Join Marketplace with Charlse on an 11-day tour of the Holy Land. Take the route Israel traveled to the Promised Land. Cross over the Red Sea and float on the Dead Seas, the lowest point on earth with amazing healing properties. Experience the vibe of Jericho and cruise on the Sea of Galilee to Capernaum, the hometown of Jesus. Visit the pools of Bethesda, Nazareth, Bethlehem, and many more. Walk where Jesus walked and see the Bible come alive. If beautiful memories and an enriched spirit is what you are looking for, then join us in taking Jesus to the marketplace. For more information, call us on +27 72 123 0078 or email israel@artofskincare.co.za.
Welcome to Marketplace with Charlse, where dreams are turned into reality. Marketplace is brought to you by Art of Skincare, the company that brings out the beauty in you, as well as Rutheology, situated in the deep heart of Ngobeni Nature Reserves. I am Charlse Ngobeni. On Marketplace, we aim to equip you with tools that you need to achieve your entrepreneurial dreams. Each week will bring you insight from experts in different fields of business, from both men and women of faith. Productivity in your business is highly reliant upon the soundness of your workforce, starting from you as the owner of the business, going down to the simple and ordinary man who keeps your doors open. Around this time last year, according to the City Press, South Africa was identified as the second most highest stress country in the whole world, resulting in a high range of people who were demoralized and going further down to committing suicide. My guest today will assist us in helping solve this pandemic. She is an inspirational speaker in the areas of trauma, abuse, rejection, depression, or any of the similar negative emotions. Well, help me welcome Ruth Mutsila in your house or wherever you may be watching this great episode from. Ruth, welcome to Marketplace with Charlse.
Thank you very much, Charlse, for inviting me, and good day to all the viewers out there.
I am delighted to have you on Marketplace. You know, one of the reasons why I'm delighted is that you are not an ordinary woman, but you are dynamite, especially in your area of expertise. If you do not mind, do you want to tell the viewers about your background, where you come from, as far as your work is concerned?
Thank you very much, Charlse. I grew up in a Christian home where both parents were working as teachers. I had a stable home, but as I grew up, things happened in life. Life happened. I studied as a teacher, meaning that I'm a teacher by profession, but I never got to teach. I ended up working at a government department, health department, as an admin clerk, then promotionally to be a procurement officer. But because of the traumas that I went through in life, I decided to then venture to what I'm doing now as an inspirational speaker. I went through depression, which was caused by being gang raped by 3 guys. I was gang raped by 3 guys, which I never told anyone for 16 years. So I kept it to myself for 16 years. And then I was married, and my marriage was not okay. There were a lot of things that happened when I was married. And I wanted more kids, but I couldn't have more kids, which means my spouse ended up having 2 babies while we were married with another woman. So while I was working, I was also demoted at work. I was demoted. And after the divorce, my finance was not good. It was bad. Where my car was repossessed, they came and fetched it from work. And I lost my father through cancer, and my brother got burned through electricity at work. So I was in and out of hospital due to depression. And I've been rejected several times, meaning that I dated before I got married, and I also dated after we got married. But it was not easy. It's not easy out there to get someone that will love you and appreciate you the way you are. So all these things that happened to me ended up being something that I want to tell people about, to say, guys, you can overcome this by forgiveness, by communicating, by seeking help. So I ended up opening a foundation. I have a foundation, Rutheology Conversations, where I help people that went through the same traumas that I went through. Because I've done it all. I know it. And I've done it all. So meaning that I can and I have experienced everything. Meaning that I can talk to anyone and help anyone to overcome it. And that's what I'm doing now. I ended up resigning from my work, and I'm doing now inspirational speaking full time.
Ruth, let me take you a little bit back. I need to understand something here. You talk about you being gang raped. And I hear a lot of people saying that once you are raped once, sometimes it does not stop there. You'll be raped for the second time, others for the third time. How true is that? And if ever it's true, what makes that a possibility? Because if you are raped once, you should get wiser. But most of the people, according to theory, I don't know how true is that once you are raped, you will be raped again.
Unfortunately, that's very true, Charles. But I was not raped again because I sought help. Once you get raped, those demons that those people have are transferred to you as well as a person, because you are connecting sexually with those people. Meaning that whatever they're carrying, because when someone comes and rape you, meaning that they're not okay with their soul. So whatever they're carrying in them is transferred to you. So if you don't seek help, if you are not prayed for, or if you don't go for counseling, it can repeat itself because you are attracting what? Negative. So meaning that you'll continue attracting negativity, while if you seek help and get deliverance and being prayed for, because that's what I did. I got deliverance. My pastor helped me through it, which was not an easy journey, but I did it. I sometimes I'll feel weak, even though I was prayed for. Then I go back again, but I'm still feeling this way. And until you get better, you need to seek help. So because if you don't, that thing is in you and you live with it for the rest of your life. I've met people where they're raped 4 times. As you are saying, it's very true. But I believe that with help, you can overcome that.
I am glad that you overcame it. And now you are in a position to help other people. But you also make me understand, because I never understood why a person could be raped 2, 3, 4 times. So the secret is getting Rutheology to help you.
Amen.
But then, let's talk about your divorce a little bit. You said your car was repossessed. What can you say to a woman, especially women out there who are going through divorce and they lose everything while their husband is still driving a Mercedes?
It's a very hard topic, that one, because unfortunately women, we are soft. So being soft makes us very vulnerable. Meaning that if someone is telling you that I'll do 1, 2, 3 for you, let's say you're getting a divorce, and someone says, I'll continue supporting you, and you believe that, while they're not. Our trust that we have to our spouses is killing us. Meaning that if you find yourself in that situation, make sure your things are secured. And it's a pity that most our marriages are in community of property, because you have to share everything, good or bad, when you divorce. And you'll end up having nothing. Because when I divorced, I had loans that I took when we opened our business. Because I was working for business, I was secured. But I still had to pay my loans even after the divorce, because I was afraid that if we had to share even our funds, then my pension will also be
attached.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had to say, okay, go with your dads, I'll go with my dads. So I paid my loans for more than 7 years, because I'll keep on revolving it, because I can't cope.
Yeah.
I have my son, I'm staying in a flat, until my car was repossessed because I couldn't cope.
Well, Ruth, take me through the impact of negative emotions in a workplace.
That's a very serious case, because people are different. Because people are different, they grew up different. The way we do things different. Meaning that if you grow up being a bully where you are, you'll take that to work. And your subordinates sometimes will suffer from that. Communication is the core. If you don't understand each other with your boss or your subordinate, the foundation is to sit down and talk. Because if you don't talk about it, then there's anger which is carried and transferred. Yeah. You'll end up not performing well at work because there were issues that were not resolved well. Remember, people are different, meaning that you do things your way, I do things my way, though the results will be the same. But it doesn't mean that I must do it your way. But if we understand that we're human and we're different and we're not perfect, then our workplace will be very much better. And the core is communication. Sitting down and say, Ruth, I see 1, 2, 3. How can I help as your supervisor? How can I help as a friend? You know, it will be much better if we better communicate.
I think communication is the key. At workplace, even communication has been identified as one of the basic causes of divorce. Communication is a source of misunderstanding. Would you agree with me?
It's very true. It is, because one of the things that I've realized at work where I was working as a procurement officer, we'll have several disagreements while it could have been avoided. Because you'll do something and someone will come and attack you rather than coming and say, Ruth, this is not what I want from you. I expect 1, 2, 3. But they'll come to you and shout at you in front of everybody, meaning that you'll be defensive. You'll be on a defensive mode. And the minute you get defensive, you are going to respond, not in a nice way.
Wow.
So communication is very much important.
Great. Well, viewers out there, as you have heard it from Ruth of Rutheology, she is here to help you. She is here to assist you. She has walked this journey. She has been abused. She has been divorced. And she is the right person to assist you. After the break, we'll take it from there.
Join Marketplace with Charlse on an 11-day tour of the Holy Land. Take the route Israel traveled to the Promised Land. Cross over the Red Sea and float on the Dead Seas, the lowest point on earth with amazing healing properties. Experience the vibe of Jericho and cruise on the Sea of Galilee to Capernaum, the hometown of Jesus. Visit the pools of Bethesda, Nazareth, Bethlehem, and many more. Walk where Jesus walked and see the Bible come alive. If beautiful memories and an enriched spirit is what you are looking for, then join us in taking Jesus to the marketplace. For more information, call us on +27 72 123 0078 or email israel@artofskincare.co.za.
Welcome to Marketplace with Charlse. I am still stunned by the great guest that I'm sitting with today, Ruth from Rutheology. You know, she has decided to come out from the closet and become vulnerable just for your sake and my sake. I am also getting helped here. I'm learning a lot from here. Ruth, there are people that you're helping. How do you get these people? Or do they just phone you? Do they just come to you? How do you get what I will call your client base?
Social media is helping a lot, because when I launched 2 years ago, I had to do a poster and open a Facebook page where I post everything that I do there. So through social media, that's where people notice me, and that's where I advertise myself. And sometimes referrals. People that I've helped will also tell someone, and where I'm invited to be a guest speaker as well, they'll tell someone. So word of mouth, referrals, and social media. That's how I get people to come for my assistance.
When they come to you, do they open up as well, like you did today?
Yeah, it's hard. It's not everybody who opens up, but when they open up, some other people, they don't want someone to know about it. Like it's you and them, you help them, it ends there. But other people don't mind to say, you know, Ruth helped me because I went through 1, 2, 3. So they do open up, but it takes a journey. It takes several sessions that we do together for them to open up and realize that it's not their fault. Because not opening up mostly is caused by people being ashamed or feeling that if they open up, they'll be blamed or they'll be criticized or they'll be judged. So that's why people don't come out. But if you come out, it's a sign that you have accepted the situation and you are willing to go out there and help other people.
Tell me, do you plan to open a wellness program for the corporates, or do you have one already?
As a teacher by profession, I'm qualified actually to facilitate. And I also did facilitators program. I'll be registered with CETA very soon, meaning that I'll be able to, if my wish, I can say my wish basically is to one day have an institution where corporate people can come and being trained for these things. Because corporate people are the people that are mostly vulnerable to these situations. Meaning that you go through what you went through at home, and then when you go to work, you transfer that, and it affects everybody at work. So wellness program is very, very important. And my wish one day is to have a wellness program which is known all over the world, where I can go and help people by all these things that we go through. Because each and every one of us have got through some trauma one way or the other. Everybody, meaning that everybody needs help. And if we have those programs, it will be easy. I'm doing that at the moment, though I'm limited to do it because I'm not yet known very much. But the minute I'm known and the minute I'm invited, then it will have more impact to corporate worlds and everybody else who needs it.
You know, you are underestimating your influence. You are saying you are not that well known when I've seen you in a lot of TV stations giving the talks.
I guess what I mean is I'm not where I want to be yet. I still want to go beyond, to rise beyond, where maybe I'll have my own TV show like you know.
Let me tell you something. I'll guarantee you, there will never be a day where you say you have achieved. Because the minute you think you have achieved, there will be another challenge on top of that.
Yeah.
When you take the next step to the next challenge, when you think you're achieving it, there will be another challenge on top of that. But anyway, having said it, what would you say to a boss who is abusing his workers? Because we know some of the people there that are in our employ, they got these promotions through some other ways, maybe sexual abuse in the process. What will you say to those bosses? And what will you say to these employees who got this promotion through these other means?
That's something that we live with on a daily basis. If you can look at it, Charlse, it's very hard to get work out there these days. People, nepotism is there, and I don't think it will end in the near future. We have a lot of people that get work because of favors, because some of them even sexual favors. But we can't actually blame them because a job is hard to find. We have people that have degrees, that have qualified to do a certain job, but they don't get a chance to work. And you get someone who has authority to say, Ruth, if you sleep with me, you'll get this job. You'll do it because you, at the end of the day, you want to support your family. Even though your being as a Christian doesn't allow you to do that. But because you look at the poverty, at your children struggling, not being able to afford anything, you do it. So I'll say to the people that are bosses, that are fortunate to own better jobs than others, treat others well. Remember that they're also human beings and they're not perfect. You are also not perfect. And someone who abuses someone or bullies someone, that person have gone through something traumatic as well. Meaning that sit down as Ruth, as a boss, and introspect yourself and say, Ruth, am I treating my people well? Will I like someone to treat me this way? That way you'll realize that you are not perfect, and then you'll seek help to be a better boss. Because a better boss listens. You must listen and then communicate.
Tell me, what would you say is a remedy to these negative emotions that we spoke about earlier on?
Negative remedy is seeking help, as I've said before.
Yeah.
Because forgiveness, if you don't seek help, you won't be able to forgive. There are different kinds of people that help you to get help. You can go to your pastor or a good friend that you trust well. Remember to go to someone who you trust very well, because you don't want someone to talk about your story to somebody else in a wrong way. So you get someone you trust who can assist you go through the process of forgiveness. Because the challenge is forgiveness. If you do not forgive that person, you'll hate that person forever. And the minute you have anger problems, you are not going to forgive. So you go through the process, you read about it. I've read several books about forgiveness, stress, how do I deal with it, and how must I treat the other person. So you have to get help and learn to forgive. Forgiveness is not easy.
Well, in your work that you're doing, which is a great work, what sort of help do you need? And how can people partner with you?
Finance is a challenge.
Okay.
Because I have a non-profit organization, meaning that I don't charge. For you coming to me and say, Ruth, I need help, I don't charge you. I help you from the goodness of my heart, meaning that I'm using my own resources, because sometimes I have to drive to you, sometimes I have to phone you, because if I don't, I feel guilty because I always assume that what if that person kills themselves and they ask me to help them? And if they kill themselves, they blame it on me. So finance is a challenge, and I'll appreciate people who will fund us as Rutheology so that we do more work.
But then how do they get hold of you?
Through social media. They can send me an email or they can inbox me. The easier way is to inbox me on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Rutheology Conversations. And I've got Instagram page, which is Ruth Munaka. So they can follow me there and inbox me. And I also have a website. My website is ruthconversations.com. On my website, there's a space where they can send me an email and say, Ruth, I want to talk to you, give me a call, or these are my details, this is what I want to do. Because the challenge is you don't know who is for real, who wants to help you. Other people will come, but they don't want to help you.
Well, thank you very much for gracing our studios. And it has been my pleasure having you on Marketplace with Charlse. Well, viewers out there, as I was talking to Ruth, I realized that there are three kinds of men out there. We have got what I call the hunter, just like a lion, who goes out and hunt for the best kill and harness it. They'll go out for the best women, but they kill their dreams. We have got scavengers as well. Scavengers, they go for the dead and eat it. Those are the real abusers. They go for the easy targets, or they go for the women who are vulnerable and abuse them. But the third one is a gardener, just like God who created Adam and put him in the garden. That is a kind of a man who sees a woman as a seed and help that seed to grow up, to be what God has intended that seed to be. What kind of a man are you? I am Charlse Ngobeni, signing off on Marketplace with Charlse. Well, you can get hold of me on my website, charlesngobeni.com, Instagram, Charles_Ngobeni, or you can follow me on the Facebook. See you next time, same channel, and God bless you.